It's Nanami Clyde. This is the week. This is GNN, your Goblin News Network. We have 3 stories for today. We'll be starting off with Final Fantasy XIV's BVB Season, The Feast. Moving on to the release of Final Fantasy IX and closing with the Final Fantasy XV movie, Kingsglaive. First up, Final Fantasy XIV's new PvP mode, The Feast. It will be a seasonal PvP combat for prizes for the top competitors. Yes, there will be different rankings and tiers. The Feast automatically opens up at level 60. However, there has been some issues late with the inaugural season of the Feast. As you will soon see on Final Fantasy XIV's Heaven Swords Reddit, players have noticed an unfortunate trend with those placing on top of their respective tiers. Having similar stats gives the impression that these players are win trading. Now, I need to stress that the appearances can be wrong, but this issue has taken a fire in Final Fantasy XIV's small community of PvPers. And to those that don't know the term, win trading occurs when you set up your duty finder in such a way using TeamSpeak to organize to make sure that a friend or friends will be on the opposing team, who will then purposely lose. In this reporter's opinion, it's not the player's fault for utilizing this loophole, but the company themselves for allowing the loophole to exist. Next story. Final Fantasy IX is out on PC. It isn't a direct port from the PlayStation, but rather a port of the Android version. They did update character models, but did not update the game's background textures. PC Gamer has an excellent write-up on the pros and cons of the port. I bought this game on release day, has been playing with my kids, and so far they love it. The mouse and keyboard works decently, though I had problems switching screens with just using the mouse. I had to use the WASD keys to switch. Final Fantasy IX is currently on sale on Steam for a little under $17. However, the regular price is regularly $20. Last story. As I said in an earlier episode, Square Enix is moving on to a system where their games will be settings, releasing multimedia and multiple products to support their gaming worlds. Case in point, Final Fantasy XIV's movie Kingsglaive has announced their cast. Aaron Paul as the film's main protagonist, also starring Sean Bean and Lena Headley. I apologize if I butcher those names. Anyway, once again, I thank you for watching. If you'd like me to do something different or more of, please comment below. Next up, the tip of the day. Tip of the day. This is Nanami Clyde reporting. Today's tip is focused on how to use the market board on Final Fantasy XIV. Most players will tell you not to use it at all until you're near or max level of your class. Why? Well, here's an example. I'm going to look up Cotton Sash, and as you can see, it currently sells for 5,000 gil or more. In the sell history, you can see it sold for higher and lower, with the lowest being 1,500 gil. But I'm going to do a quick Google search here on the item. You can see that Cotton Sash sells for about 420 gil at various vendors. Basically, before buying, always look the item up. Many players, myself included, will go to NPC vendors, buy cheap items, and sell them high on market boards. So, for low-level players, especially pre-30 level, you should never buy off the market board. Instead, buy your gear from NPC vendors. However, if you're looking at high-quality gear, like my Iron Cuirass, I still would recommend not to use the market board for pre-level 40. For example, as an example, I'm doing a quick search right here, bringing it up, and the high-quality version of the Iron Cuirass sells for 14,000 plus. I'm going to quickly look at the search history and see it sells basically for similar amounts. I didn't have to pay anything for my current high-quality items. That's because I'm in a free company, or as I've been saying, like a guild. I can ask higher-level crafters to help produce pre-level 30 gear. For them, it's easy. Now, if you're not in a guild or you're in a small free company, look for these players with the golden crown icon. They are there to help new adventurers out. If you're not in a free company, go around, talk to them. Most often or not, they'll let you in their free company. And if your free company doesn't have higher level crafted gear, the community of Final Fantasy XIV is amazing, and more oftentimes than not, especially if you talk to those with a golden crown, they will help you out and build you a high quality gear for little to no cost. Thank you for watching. Up next is this week's interview. Please enjoy. Welcome everybody. This is actually going to be, unfortunately, a series of interviews. I always try to interview one of the heroes of Rosa, but unfortunately due to everyone jumping to various parties and dungeons and trials, this one kind of got chopped up into 3 kind of mini interviews. First up is Mr. Philip Fry. I asked him if he had a quick time for an interview, and he's waiting for a dungeon to pop. Nanami Clyde says, "Awesome, I'll try to be quick. Thank you for taking the time to answer. Please remember to stop at any time. Here we go. What is the meaning, if any, behind your name?" I seem lost in thought. Now, I know Philip Fry, very famous cartoon character, but it's always good to ask. Dragoon Lord Tumbo Guri, I know I put your names, Dragoon Lord Tumbo Guri, kind of buds in the middle of the conversation, and it's making little funny emotes all around me here, so I'm going to basically join him into our conversation. Nanami Clyde, ducks and cover. It looks like Stiffle Thistledown is also watching this little interchange of words. Philip Fry. It was a joke with my wife, so I stuck with it. And I burst out laughing as Dragoon Lord is literally jumping all over me. And I wholeheartedly agree with Mr. Philip Fry. Removed all the UI there. Trying to get a better look at him since he's up there on top of the canopy. Question, why and how did you join your FC, and are they fun? Dragoon Lord, I made my own. I always get that surprise command mixed up. Dragoon Lord, and I only let certain people in. Basically a social free company, and those who don't know, free company is basically a guild. Some free companies are designed around raids, designed around crafting. Dragoon Lord's basically saying his FC is basically just for his friends. Question, Dragoon Lord, how hard is it to run a free company? I haven't really run any guilds before, free companies, but the company that I am in, the DOV, I already know the officers and leader of our company does a massive amount of work. We have websites, contests, they schedule raids, so I know it's not easy. Dragoon Lord, depends on what kind you're trying to make. Philip Fry, I came from an EU server and I had a friend here, so I joined him, and so far it's been a great FC. Friends make it all count. I've seen FCs do massive hiring events where they just start randomly asking as many people as they can to join when that happens. Unfortunately, they also have a high rate of loss, so it's really hard to get those like friend bonds in the game because people move in, move out so quickly, so fast. It's hard to create a cohesive whole. Try and get a nice close-up there. And question, out of all the characters in Final Fantasy XIV, which one do you respect the most and why? And he says, as an NPC, yes I do. And I give him a nod. Well, Dragoon Lord says, I made a Dragoon, so obviously, Einstein. Very great character in the Heaven Sword expansion. Oh, I gave him a clap. A question, where are you from, and what should I do when I get there? Gaze upon Dragoon Lord in deep reflection. And his little... I forget what that monster's called, that hat. I keep thinking bunny, but it's not a bunny. The evil black bunny that has a rock that throws things at you. Nanami Clyde, remember, you do not have to answer. And Dragoon Lord responds, Virginia! I believe VA. VA is Virginia. And drop your pants? Yes, we are gamers, and our sense of humor sometimes can be very crass. But hey, that's part of the game. I replied, I'm from Sacramento, California. Question, what would be the one tip you wish to know? Excuse me, everybody. What would be the one tip you wish you'd known on day one? You know what, I asked this question a couple times. I haven't really got any good answers. I'm probably going to drop this question in later interviews. And his duty popped. I tried to think for his time. Did so well, but, you know, he's already gone. Then I found Cyborg Iron Fist. Sent him a little tell. Hey, do you have time for questions? He responds, sure, what's up? And then, of course, I give him a little spiel that, you know, this is for a YouTube channel. I'm just basically asking general questions on how people feel like the game. Now, I'm going to take this time right now and state I'm not really happy with these questions and this series of interviews. I wish I had more time. I actually probably would have scrapped them and redone them. Again, my initial reason for conducting these interviews in my earlier movies was I was supposed to treat these players as the real heroes they are. And I think I got too busy in discussing, like right here, do you have Heaven Sword? Do you like it? Are you happy with it? And he responds, I do have Heaven Sword and love it every bit. And then again, I asked that same question, hey, do you have a tip? And he says, honestly, I don't know. I need to get back into the habit of treating them like heroes, like characters inside the game, and not necessarily asking questions of the person at the other side on the computer. Basically, I need to keep it in universe, and then from now on, that's what I'm going to do. Nanami Clyde, what do you think of the subscription model? Should I go free to play? And I already know the answer. He basically pops like everybody else. Oh, party leader Queen, gotta go, bye! So, that's pretty much end of the interviews. I know it wasn't much. Again, my next series of interviews, I'm going to try to be more concise, and I'm going to try to conduct interviews while I'm in game, not talking to the player, but talking to the hero, to the character that's in front of me, and I'll do better next time. Thank you, everybody. Please leave a comment below, and have fun. Happy hunting.